Hi everyone, Ravi this side. Welcome to EnggAdda. So today in this video we are going to discuss what is Jira tool and how the Jira is being used in the industry standard projects. So we'll discuss everything about it. What is Jira tool, why we are using it, how we can use it, and then I will try to bring you the Jira dashboard for you, and then we'll create couple of story point, sprint, epics, dashboard, backlog. So everything we'll try to create and then show you those things, how it is look like, how it is managed. So every aspect of the Jira will going to cover in this video. Okay. So before going to the dashboard of the Jira, we'll try to explain couple of important terms related to Jira. So if you want to understand Jira in a broader aspect or in a depth, what is the utility of the Jira, then you must be aware about the Agile methodology, how the Agile methodology is working, what is Agile methodology, and how it is used in the industry standard projects. So Jira and the Agile is learned in the combinations so that it can carry out one real life work. So let's get started for it. So let me go to the next slide. And first of all, we'll try to understand what and why of the Jira tool. So Jira is a project management tool, a bug tracking and the agile project management is allowed in the Jira and is developed by the Atlassian. So you can see it is saying that Jira is a product management tool or project management tool. It is also called as a bug tracking tool, and agile project management is allowed in Jira. So you can see the agile term has come here. So you cannot understand Jira without understanding the agile. Okay, so I have covered the basic terms of the agile as well, and then we'll go to the Jira dashboard and create Jira. So coming to the next point, Jira supports languages like English, French, German, so it can provide the support of the multiple languages. And again you can see MySQL, Oracle, PostgreSQL, these are using the Jira in the backend support. Okay, so let me go to the next slide. What are the features of Jira? Jira contains four packages: Jira Core, Jira Software, Confluence, Jira Service Management, and the Trello. In this video, we are going to discuss mainly about the Jira software and the Confluence, Trello, Core, and the service management. We'll discuss in some other uh, videos. Okay, so let's get to the next slide and understand about the Agile. Okay, so what are the important terms of the Agiles? So here I have listed couple of important terms related to the Agile methodology. What is product owner? What is requirement? So everything, like there are around 10 to 15 important terms related to the Agile, so you can understand the Agile, how it is working in a better way. So that is why I have listed it out. So first of all, let me try to explain you what is product owner. So the product owner is a member of the Agile delivery team. Okay, and it is responsible to collect and rank business requirement in the product backlog. What is backlog? I will try to explain you in the next terms. A product owner communicates what is to be done in a release iteration. Okay, he or she sets the commitment and is responsible to protect team from any changes in the requirement during an iteration. Okay, so product owner is a person who is sitting in the agile team from the product side and try to set the commitment what the whole team need to be done in the particular sprint. That is the work of the product owner. Coming to the requirement, what is requirement? So requirement is nothing but it is a set of uh, what I would say, it is a set of functionality that a particular sprint has to deliver or particular sprint has to work upon. So you can see requirement is nothing but it is a specification of a software product to satisfy a stated contract or functionality. User story and the portfolio items are the type of requirements. Like whenever some requirement is coming, you can divide those requirement to the basic task and assign them to the particular user. So that is what called as a user story. I will also discuss those things in the coming slides. So let me go to the next slide. So what is capacity? So capacity is the amount of work or a team can take to complete in one iteration. Okay, so capacity is nothing but it is the amount of work a team can complete in one iteration. Coming to sprint, what is sprint? Sprint is a set of times. Like one sprint can be of 15 days, one sprint can be of 14 days or 1 month. So it is nothing but it is a number of days in which a particular work can be completed. So coming to sprint, it can be defined as a series of time box iteration used to break a complete software development process into a smaller achievable target. Sprints are the core building blocks of the agile software development lifecycle model and can be considered its primary characteristics. Now let me go to the next slide. And what is velocity? So velocity is a measure to weight the accepted work in an iteration or time box. Normally it is a sum of a story point accepted in an iteration. So in the simpler word you can say like there is a work, there is a requirement for the particular iteration and those requirements are divided into the small task or story points. The sum of like and each story point has to be assigned a points that is called story points. Sum of all the story points is what normally called as a velocity. Coming to epic, epic is a agile. Epic in agile is a large chunk of work that comprises several smaller and manageable tasks called as user story. So it is a set of user story, I would say, yeah. Now let me go to the next slide. What is user story? So user story a listed acceptance criteria to fulfill certain requirement of a user. It is normally written from the perspective of the end user. So it is nothing but it is a smallest chunk of work that is assigned to a particular user and the clear description of the requirement is being mentioned there. That is what called as a user story. Coming to task. What is task? It is a unit of work that contributes toward the completion of a user story within an iteration. Okay, so one user story can be divided into the multiple tasks. Okay, so task is the smallest unit. Okay, now coming to the new things, user story are decomposed into the multiple tasks, and each task can be divided between team members, marking them as the owner of the task. Team members can take responsibility of the each task, update estimates, log works done or to do as a desired. So user story is divided into the multiple tasks and each task is assigned to the mm, team members so that they can work upon it. So task is nothing but is the smallest unit of work. Now coming to the next slide, what is the acceptance criteria? So it is a condition set by the product owner or the customer in order to accept a feature to be valid and adhering to the requirement. So it is nothing but it is sets of rule that the product owner sets on the particular uh, requirement so that it can be valid and fulfilling the requirement. Now coming to the very important term which is backlog grooming. So it is an ongoing process in which the product manager or the customer manages the product backlog by getting feedback from the agile team. This process involves prioritizing the portfolio items, breaking them into the smaller items, planning them for the future iteration, creating new stories, updating acceptance criteria, or elaborating acceptance criteria in details. So backlog grooming is nothing but it's uh, I would say once or twice a sprint meeting where all the team members comes and then discuss about various aspect of the requirement. You can see here breaking down into the smallest items that like the specification or the requirement are created into the task user stories, estimated those user stories, assigning the points to them and elaborating the acceptance criteria. So those things are done in the backlog grooming. Now coming to the next, what is product backlog? The set of functional and non-functional product requirement. Product backlog item maybe user story defect features which are to be developed by the agile team. Okay, so it is a like user story or the defect that are put into the backlog and it can be worked upon in the coming sprints, in the next sprints, in the future sprint you can say. Points, a common unit used to set the relative size of the user story features or any other portfolio items. So it is the coins or it is the numbers that is assigned to the particular unit of work is called points. What is release? A time boxed where work is done to support delivery of testable increment to a software. So you might have heard about the release, right? If a piece of work is completed, then on a particular day or particular week, we'll try to release those piece of work to the user acceptance testing environment or the production environment. So that is what release is like releasing the work done so that the user can uh, take a look on this. What is story point? A unit used by the agile team to estimate relative size of the use stories and the features. It is same as the point. Now coming to the next. So these are the some important terms related to the agile. Okay, now let me try to go to the PPT and some of the common thing. What is Jira? Why we are using Jira? So this is the basic of Jira tool and Agile. Now what I will do, I will try to go to the browser and then try to create a Jira account and then there I will try to show you how the work is being done. So now let me try to go to the browser and then create the dashboard for the Jira tool. So you can go and then search for the Jira login. You need to create one account there. So just click on the first one or it is, let me try to go back. These are the ads. Let me try to come here to the Atlassian one and then click on it. You can see it has given you option to log in. You can choose any of them. Let me go to log in with the Google and create an account. Okay, you can see here it has created the account for us. Now you can go to the Jira software and now you need to go for this, get it free. Something like you can come here and then choose this. Now select this and go next. Here it will ask for the email and your site, something like that. So let's say ABC. Okay, so you can provide your site name. Let's say I'm going to provide the engineering data for you, something like that, and then agree. Just wait for a few seconds. It will create your dashboard here. So you can see it is asking couple of questions. You can provide those questions to it. So it is asking, tell us a bit about yourself. What type of team do you work in? Let's say we are going to work for the software development. What is your role? So let's say my role is software engineer. What are your main tasks? Code writing and review, productivity tracking and reporting. So you can select list of them. Like let's say I'm going to select couple of them, and then next, and then one moment your site is starting up. So it is creating the dashboard for us, and it is again asking couple of questions. Help us set your Jira software. I am a new to Jira software. I am setting up Jira for software team. My team is new to Agile methodology. We spend our time working on, let's say, features or fixing bugs, something like that you can choose. We have a tight schedule to finish the work, and then next. Again, here it is asking your project name. Let's say I'm going to provide the project name as a uh, product management, something like that. Okay, just create it. And here you can see it is providing couple of options. Select some tools now and we will help you connect them later, so you can use it if you want to use. Let me try to select the GitHub as of now, and this is the Jira dashboard for us. Okay, you can also choose this take the tool explore by myself. So let me try to use take the tool. So here you can see this is the backlog where you can put all the requirement what you have for the project. Okay, coming here it is how you can create the issue. In the Jira we call work issues. There are different type of issues. When you plan a sprint, try to choose the work that will help you achieve your sprint goal. So you can create the issues, you can create the sprint. So sprint is a time box period with a specific goal and outcome. Allocate work that align with your goal and can be achieved on the time. This is how you can start the sprint. Like there will be particular date on which your sprint will be started, and there is a certain time box duration when the sprint ends and the next sprint is start after that. So we have created your first sprint for you. Add the fun name, your goal, your dates. When you are ready, select start sprint and off you go. Okay, let me try to go next, and then this is the insight. Okay, so just we are good now. Now let me try to minimize this, and then let me try to create how you can create your backlog. So you can come here and you can see your backlog is empty. First of all, let me try to create the sprint. So here you can come here and then click on create a sprint. You can see sprint 2 is created. Now let me try to rename this. You can make the name of your sprint. Let's say this is the project name PM, and this is the second sprint for us. You can provide the custom duration, like let's say your sprint is of 2 weeks, and this is giving us right the date when it has to start. Let's say I'm going to start it on the 1st April, and what would be its end date? It would be of 2 weeks, so end date will be 15. You can put the goal of your sprint. Let's say we want to achieve the let's say product management feature, something like that. Feature one to be completed. Completed in this sprint. Okay, just update this. So this is how your sprint is created. Now you can create your issue. Let me try to create, let's say, issue one, something like that. You can provide the issue with the description if you're going to work on the real time project. So let's say issue one, or something like that, adding some APIs to the controller, something like that. And then you can just create it. Let me try to be here and then create it. Similarly, you can create the other issues as well. Let's say adding codes or fixing some bugs. Sorry, fixing bugs in service layer. Okay, and then hit enter. So this is how you can create the issue, and you can assign the particular person who can work on this issue. Okay, and you can also assign these issues to the backlog as well as the current sprint or the next sprint, wherever you want. So let me try to open this issue, and here you can see this is how the issue is looking like. This is the issue is not started working upon, so that is why it is in to do status. Okay, let me try to go there. If you start working on this issue, you can put it in the progress, and once it is completed, you can go and put it into the done. Similarly, you can assign this particular issue to the particular person. Let's say here you can see, right, it is unassigned. So you have couple of team members in your team, so you can assign the particular issue to the particular person who is working on that. So let's say if, as of now, I'm going to assign it to me. So it is assigned to this person, and it is under the sprint 2. Some of the labels you can also choose, and here you can see the story points. So let me try to put the story point 5 as of now for this issue, and pinned fields, something like that. You can provide the more description here, and if you want to attach some files, you can attach it here. Okay, so this is how. And lastly, if you want to do some comments on your updates to the particular issue or to this issue, then you can provide the comment here. You can also bring the name of your team members whom you notify. So those things you can do here. Okay, just save it. So this is how you can work upon the issues, and you can also add the epic here. So here you can see this is showing that you can create your epic and add this issue to the epic. Similarly, coming to the backlog, let me try to open this backlog. In the backlog, you can put this whole sprint into the backlog. Let me try to open this sprint as of now. You can see edit sprint, delete sprint, move sprint up. So as of now, you can see this is not started, and then you can see this option to start this sprint. If you want to work upon this sprint, then you can start it. If you want to make this sprint to the backlog, you want to work in the future on those requirements, then you can put this sprint to the backlog. Okay, so those things you can do. Let me try to open this. Now coming here, you can see this roadmap. So here you can provide the roadmap, uh, what need to be done, what all the things you are planning for the future. So those things you can create here. You have seen the backlog, okay? And coming to the board, here you can see those stories. If you started working upon the issues, those story would be coming here in the board, okay? So let me try to come here to the backlog and let me try to start this sprint, okay? So you can see this sprint is started, then those issue which are assigned to this sprint is now coming to the board and it is in the to-do list. And if you want to start working upon this, then you can put into the progress, and then once it is completed, you can put into the done. You can see, right? So this is how the sprint is looking like. This is how the Jira is looking like. You can come here, create your dashboard, and you can explore n number of things here, how the real life Jira project is working. Coming to the roadmap, you can set your roadmap here. So let's say we are planning next release on some feature, XYZ feature, something like that, in next sprint, something like that. So you can set your roadmap here, okay, and you can assign those tasks. Coming to the development, you can see you can connect your GitHub or the Bitbucket. So those things also you can come and explore here. So main thing about is the planning one, and then these are the development things. Coming to the product page, you can see uh, there is a feature called Confluence, which is provided by the Atlassian itself. So if you explore that Confluence page, there you can document everything related to your work, and those documents can directly put into the particular, let's say, sprint, so that it can be available for that sprint and everyone can be work upon it. Okay, so those things are also there. Here you can come to the product setting and you can see who is the project lead. You can see those things here. Okay, let me go to the project, and on the top you can see these filters. Whenever you have a lot of issues, capacity, your team is working on it, then you can apply these things in a better way and you can explore it. And here are some other features of the Jira, which are service management, Jira work management, Confluence. You can see, right? So let me try to go to the Confluence and try to discover something about it and tell you. So try it now. These are mainly for the uh, management of your work, like how you, something like if you want to, like let's say you have developed one feature, and what are the steps that is followed when you are going to develop that feature. So those things you can come here and wrote it out, so that the coming team members who is coming into the feature, they can go to the Confluence page, they can have a look on the particular features steps, and then they will understand this is how the development of the particular feature is being done, so that they can get the better idea about it and then start contributing to the product or the feature. So this is how the Confluence page help us. Some other things also you can keep in the Confluence page, like in the teams, in the industry standard teams, what they do, they try to keep the note of the velocity, the capacity, and each team members' routines, their leaves, their PTOs, everything they try to keep into the Confluence page so that it is on the center page and then everyone can access it and everyone can see who is working on what and what is the velocity of them, what is the capacity of them. So this is how this Confluence page is helping us. Now let me try to go back to the Jira. Okay, go back to the board. Okay, so this is how the Jira is working. And if you want to let, so this is how the Jira is working. If you want me more explain about the Jira, then let me know. I will try to explain it in the coming videos as well. By then, what you can do, you can create the Jira dashboard by yourself and try to uh, go and explore couple of features of the Jira here. So this is about the video, guys. If you like the video, please hit the like button and please subscribe the channel for more such content. Thanks.